right, so for example 2, it's actually pretty similar to example 1 up until step 4. So I'm going to go a little quicker through those first few steps. Step 1, identify A, B, and C. So A is 2, B is -1, so they didn't write the 1, but I can, and C is -10. A, B, and C are identified. Step 2, substitute A, B, and C into the formula. That's the formula that's up here. So I'm going to rewrite the formula with gaps for A, B, and C. So I'm looking at the formula, the original one, and I'm looking at A, B, and C in orange. And I'm putting in B, I'm putting in B, I'm putting in A, C, and oh, I did it again. Okay, fixed it. So now I've got a spot for A, which goes here. So each of these numbers, I wrote them in black, but each of them comes from the original equation. So I can highlight them in yellow for that. Step 3. Step 3 says find the discriminant, and then we'll state the number of real roots in a moment after that. So to find the discriminant, I'm specifically looking at the part that's under the square root sign, the b squared minus 4ac part. So I'm going to actually figure out that value of what the discriminant is. I'm going to be really careful with parentheses. Please use either an Android calculator, a Google. There's a link earlier in the week to a calculator on Desmos. You really just want to make sure that your calculator does parentheses well, and iPhones do not. Anyway, so the discriminant here, when I do it out, 1 squared minus 4 times 2 times -10 is going to be a positive 81. Positive 81. All set with step 3. Step 4 is to simplify the expression. So we're taking a look. We have the negative of -1. That's kind of special. So when we do x equals, the negative of -1 is a positive 1. Then we have plus or minus the square root of the 81 that we already had. All over 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4. So we've done some good simplifying, but we're actually not done because this can be simplified further. We have the square root of 81, so I'm rewriting plus or minus, positive 1 plus or minus. The square root of 81 is actually 9 over 4. So sure, step 5 is to state the value of each root, but I'm not exactly ready for that. I will need to keep simplifying. So one of the roots is going to be 1 plus 9 over 4. The other root is going to be 1 minus 9 over 4. And these can both continue to be simplified. So either x equals 10 over 4 or x equals -8 over 4. And I'm still thinking that those should be simplified because we have these are rational numbers that are going to easily be able to be written as fractions or decimals. So either x is 2.5, 10 divided by 4, or x is -2. Those are two different answers. Those are the roots of this equation. Those are the solutions to the overall equation from example 2. So if we take a look back, right, we started with step 1. In step 2, we wrote everything. We put it into the original formula. We figured out the discriminant was 81. That meant 2 real roots. But those roots could be simplified beyond 81 to actually use the number 9 and get final answers that are rational numbers. So there we have it.